Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Today I wanted to talk about something that's really been on my heart lately, something I haven't talked about much in a while. If you've been following me, you definitely know. So, some of you know that I did have a miscarriage. I was 11 weeks pregnant whenever we found out. The baby had stopped growing several weeks before that, but we didn't know it. I had no symptoms, and I ended up having a D&C, medical things after that too, that led us to find out it was a partial molar pregnancy and a slew of other deals we had to deal with the doctor and stuff. So anyways, that was over 6 months ago now when that happened. But my due date with that baby was November 30th. So yesterday was my due date with the baby that I lost. And it's so weird to walk through that knowing I should have a baby right now. And a due date is obviously an estimate, but I chart my cycles and I know when I ovulate, and my second and third child both, when I was charting cycles and knew my due date perfectly, they both came either on their due date or the day before. So to me, it's extremely accurate for my body. Feel like I would be holding that baby right now if things went the right way. And obviously, they didn't go the right way. And obviously, things have changed, but it is sad, and I feel like I was really strong through most of it, as strong as I could be anyway, but it's still really hard to I had so many friends and family and people on YouTube I was following, all these people that were due right around the same time as me. I had two cousins, one due the same week as me, one due a couple weeks later, and one of them's already had her baby and the other one is about to anytime. And they had losses before, and I was praying for them, praying and praying and praying so hard for their babies, and then I lost mine. So many people that I go to church with that are having babies, 4 girls just had their babies this week. I have a friend from high school that was literally due November 30th, like me. She had her baby earlier this week. And then people I followed on YouTube that were due around the same time as me. I mean, I had a friend when I was pregnant with my second child, Josiah, that was also due at the same time as me, and she lost her baby. And I've never had a loss before the one that I had 6 months ago. But when she lost her baby, she struggled so bad, and she actually quit being my friend. She just couldn't handle seeing my pregnancy updates and seeing all of that, knowing that she should have been there too. And it really hurt. It hurt me that she did that. And I said then, I told myself, I made an inner vow, which you shouldn't really do, but I said, you know what, I never want to be that kind of person who, because of my struggles, shuts out or can't be happy for another person. I never want to be that person. I never want to offer friendship because of something that's happening inside of me, something that isn't their fault. Anyways, eventually she came around way later, and it's all fine, but I just didn't get it. I was like, how could someone do that? I know it's hard, but how could they do that? And I told myself I would never do that, and I feel like I haven't done that at all. All these people that I'm friends with, I am so happy for them. I really am. But it's still hard. It's hard to see these precious newborns, and I'm so happy they're here. I would never ever want anyone else to go through what we went through. But it's hard to see these babies. They're so perfect. And knowing that I should be right there with them. These kids could have been born on the same day. These kids could have, you know, been best friends. Not that future kids or my older kids or anybody else couldn't be, but I don't know. It's exciting, like, when you are pregnant at the same time as a friend, or the same time as a sister or cousin, that's so cool. That's, like, super special that you can both be sharing that journey, like, right at the same time. How cool is that? It doesn't happen that often, at least not with me and my group of people. Time it did, and now I'm watching them all have their babies, and I'm not. And I feel so wrong about it, too, because I am pregnant again, and this baby is healthy, and I'm 17 weeks, or I'll be 17 weeks tomorrow, but I'm almost 17 weeks, and she's doing good. I'm feeling movement sometimes, and I know that this child wouldn't be here. This baby that is alive and kicking and healthy, she wouldn't be here if that first pregnancy would have lasted. So I know I couldn't have both, like, no matter what. And of course I don't want anything to happen to this baby. I'm so happy for this baby. And obviously it would be impossible to have them both, but still, that Jordyn is what we named the baby we lost. She was still my child, even though I never knew her, even though I never got to hold her, even though she was teeny and things didn't work. I mean, I planned for that baby 3 months that I knew I was pregnant. We were so excited. We knew right after Thanksgiving we're having a baby, you know? Even before that, before we were pregnant and we were just planning to have another baby, we were excited. And so you spend that time just dreaming and planning, and then it doesn't happen, and it's just weird. But then it's like you haven't actually met them, and you didn't actually raise them or get to know them, so it almost seems wrong to grieve a lot, but you have to. And I'm finally understanding that it's okay to be sad. There's not anything wrong with me being sad. I don't want to live in sadness. I don't want to let that control my life. I'm so thankful. Everything's so good now. But it doesn't make me weak that I miss the child I lost. And it doesn't make me a bad friend if I do have to step away from Facebook for a minute. Or if I do need to just cry a little bit when I see their baby. I'm so happy for them, and I'm so happy that everybody's so joyful and sharing their joy, and I can't wait to get my hands on those babies and snuggle them and love them just like their parents do. It does trigger you. And my friend that quit talking to me when I was having Josiah, I get it now. I totally get it. I don't want to be that way ever, but I get why you would be. I mean, there's been times when I definitely want to just be like, forget this, I'm not talking to you guys. I've just got to take a step back, you know? And that's okay. If however you have to deal with it, it's okay. If it's gonna torment you to have that in your face all the time, it's way better to back off. It's strange. It's just really strange. It's strange to know I would have a baby right now. It's strange to miss a baby that I didn't know. It's almost feels wrong when I have another baby that I'm so happy about. Like I said, I've realized it's okay to be sad, but I'm not gonna live there because I'm so thankful. After my miscarriage, you know, I was told I had to do testing for months and months. It could take 4 months for my levels to go down, and then I'd have to be monitored another 6. And then after being monitored, if things didn't happen the way they were supposed to, that then I'd have to do chemo to get rid of cancer. And then if you do chemo, then you can't have another baby till a year after the chemo. So like minimum, it was looking like it'd be like 9 or 10 months before we were even allowed to have another baby, and possibly like 9 or 10 months before we could even try, and possibly 2 years, 3 years, who knows. And that's also if you did have to have chemo, it can really mess you up and actually make you unable to even have kids at all. So it was quite a scary time, and there was a lot of emotions, and then thankfully I just feel like God had his hand on everything and he protected us, and my levels went down faster than they could have imagined, faster than they hardly ever do. They were so shocked, and then they just went ahead and cleared me. I was only 5 weeks post the D&C, and it was so shocking that I was cleared only 1 month later, when it sounded like it was going to be a year or more, that we waited that 1 month. And then but then the first month we tried, we got pregnant, and now I'm expecting a little girl in May, and I know when I hold her there's going to be so much joy, and it's all going to make sense, and she's the child that I was supposed to have. But it still is hard, and it's okay. It's okay to realize and admit that you are still sad about it. It's been 6 months. It's still sad. I'm normally fine, but definitely on the due date, it made it harder. Then when we get to a year past the D&C, hopefully I'll have another baby in my arms, or I'll be really close, or I'll be in labor and not even able to really think about anything else. But yeah, it is hard. I feel like the first milestones, those first moments, it's gonna be a little bit hard, but it's okay, and we're getting through it. We're just fine. We have a lot to be thankful for. God is still good. Life is so good. It's a miracle, really, that I will be having another baby. Around the time I lost Jordyn, I'll be having Annabelle. And it's been, it'll be right at a year, and I was told I wouldn't even get cleared for a year. So it's really miraculous, and I'm so thankful I've grown, and how it's connected me with so many people, and how it grew my faith, and it grew my maturity, and it bonded me with people, and it just made me more compassionate, and it made me more in the moment with the kids I have. And so much good came from something so bad, something so awful to go through, but God turned it around for good. And while yes, I'm still a little sad about it, I realize all the good that's happened, and I'm thankful, and I am just so thankful for where I am now. But I wanted to be real with you guys. I wanted to share what's on my mind, struggles. This video is probably crazy and long and all over the place, but it's real. It's really where I'm at, and I hope you guys, if you can relate, if you've been through it, let me know. How did you feel around the due date of the child you lost? Was it just another day, or did it bring up all those feelings again? Were you pregnant already again, or were you still waiting, still trying? I mean, I feel like if I wasn't pregnant already, it would be even harder than it is. But I don't know. So share your stories below. Let me know if you have any questions. And thank you guys so much for watching and for being such a support to me through the good times and the bad times. And I will see you in our next video. Bye.